There's a big doubleheader at Juiceland. There's a big clash at Frontier Park. And Treasure Beach season has been resurrected. All that and more on this week Match 21 preview show. Yeah, people, welcome to JMPL Fun. We are back and we have a full slate of matches this match week. But we have a little rant about that to speak of, so stay tuned for it. But before we get into all of that, of course, we're going to look into the news of the week. So yeah, man, starting off quickly, Cavalier went down 4-0 to FC Cincinnati in the first round, second leg clash of the CONCACAF Champions Cup match on Wednesday. It was a valiant effort by Cavalier, but it was always a steep hill to basically overturn 2 away goals in FC Cincinnati. Anyway, the Junior Reggae Boyz, which is an under-20 team, has qualified for the next round of CONCACAF qualifications after defeating Bermuda 3-2. That made it a perfect 3-3 victory for Jamaica, as they will now contest the next round of qualifiers in Mexico this July. So yeah, they won every match, including this one. I'm quite sure some people are a bit worried that we never exactly dominated as we thought we would. But nonetheless, we must give them congratulations. They made it to the next round, and that's all that matters. So hopefully they get the job done in Mexico this July. And finally, Treasure Beach is now within 5 points of Mullines United and relegation survival after their 2-1 victory over Harborview this past Wednesday. Goals from Motola in the second minute and Parchment in the 88th minute led the way, while Ronaldo Brown got the consolation for Harborview. So yeah, big thing this. Treasure Beach, who we thought were dead and buried a couple of weeks ago, are now unbeaten in 3 after they get rid of Rambo Wedderburn. And all of that means is that they're now 5 points away from relegation survival with 6 games to go. I applaud them for the fighting spirit, something I've been begging Lial to do for the last couple of weeks as well. Treasure Beach clearly showing that they want to stay in this league. So kudos to them. Anyway, that's it all for the local news this week. So let's get into match week 21. And as I said, me vex about something. I forgot to tell about something before we even get into the actual run-up of matches. Most of you should know that Jamaica is currently in Trinidad to play 2 international friendlies against the host team. In fact, by the time this recording comes out, the first match should already be played. So what's the big deal really? Today is just March 1st. These matches sit outside FIFA regulated international windows, which means none of the big boys, no Antonio, no Bailey is here, which means as well that Coach Halgrism has called up a local contingent of JPL's best. So we have a 23-man squad. I won't get over who in the squad again because I did that in a video Wednesday. But the big issue I have, I'm really going to cause up a storm now, is that this squad that's in Trinidad is JPL's, the Jamaica Premier League's best 23 players really. The best players that are in our league that are not going to be available for this round of fixtures. So I know people are already saying, nah man, JMPL, we're wrong with that. The man them have to go eat a food, them have to represent this at them best chance. And you're correct. Actually happy for all the players that were named in the 23-man squad. It's a big deal to represent your country, and it's a good thing on your resume to say, yo, you're an international player. I have no problem with that. But my issue is really with the PFGL and the Federation, because again, you have now taken 26 of the best players from the league away for this round of fixtures with 6 rounds to go. People, think about it. And I know you're going to say clubs are used to 1 and 2 players leaving mid-season to go on trial and stuff, which is fine. But that's a 1.5 player and 2.5 player right here. But what you know say is the Federation taking away your best players and then tell you, say, yo, you have to play your matches this weekend that matters. I find it a hard pill to swallow. If I give you a good example, if I am a fan, an owner, or even a fellow player of Mullines United who are now 5 points ahead of Treasure Beach, the big game against Lial coming up, and my captain, as well as starting striker who is on hot form, Jason Wright, is not here, he's with Jamaica team, and me somehow go either with a 0-0 draw or lose some godforsake to Lial, right? And then Treasure Beach go win their game, they're now within 2 points of my safety. But I don't know how I'm going to take that. But no, you're going to say, boy, Lial should beat Lial without Jason Wright. But it's just a risk factor that's involved. And then God forbid, knock on wood, God forbid, Jason Wright going to get injured in these 2 matches. I'm over for the rest of the season. Portsmouth get relegated as Malines. So Portsmouth get relegated after all of that. Who will compensate me now? What happened? So my problem is why we could not, as much as I love my weekend football, why we could never postpone them matches. Just move the match to Wednesday. Just move the matches of full slate to Wednesday. The players them will be back in Ireland Monday. They will get a light workout probably Tuesday, and they will be ready to go Wednesday. To me, it makes more sense for the clubs, and it makes more sense for the product that we're showing to have all our best players available for our matches. Remember, 6 rounds to go, Cavalier going to already miss out so many players because one of them just come back from a big Champions Cup week and they'll travel, then they might lose some of them players again or to the senior team. Then they are telling them and say, oh, you have a play Monday, I have a play Wednesday against Arnett again. So, and they're at the top of the table. So if things go wrong in these 2 matches, they can find themselves out of the top 2. So when it's fine, it's kind of unfair upon some of the players, some of the clubs, and a team like Waterhouse now, who, if I remember correctly, has them starting keeper. Apart from them starting keeper, Waterhouse don't really have any major players in that Jamaica team. Should be looking at the fact that Dumo losing their captain, their starting left back is in the team and say, yeah man, I want to keep my top 6 spot. So, I don't know guys, I don't know if me or the man, I think madness out of this, I not like it. Something like this you never see. Yes, it's apple and oranges, but you never see this in the Premier League. Yeah man, but no say most clubs only lose 1 player, but those 1 player are the best players they have available. But this thing say, why I don't want to see Waterhouse versus more pleasant with Waterhouse starting keeper and more pleasant best player. Good trigger Mr. Match. I know more players are whole heap of players. By the way, that more pleasant team will be out without Nathaniel James and Avery who are in the Trinidad team as well. So as a product on TV, I miss up on the best players them for the match. But Minister said that still, man. I feel them could have moved the game to Wednesday. It's not the first time they have moved matches. We moved the matches early this season because the women's national team they play, and we'll move an entire Sunday fixtures for that. And then when we think Raymond Anderson is going to take a Ricketts in our election, we'll move the matches then. So I feel we could have moved the matches here. But anyway, let's start rambling. Let's get into who is actually here and what the match is going on. As I said, there's a big double at Jerusalem. Lial Academy will be hosting Malines United. Lial, we feel they're dead and buried, but just like we thought Treasure Beach was, maybe Lial can turn it around. There are still 6 games to go. If the them win out them 6 games, them stand a good chance. And there's no better person to beat except the person that's immediately closest to their safety spot, which is Malines United. They're not at home, but we feel that hopefully them go all out for that game. Yeah. While Malines, no Jason Wright, but they still have Hardy in there who can score, and I feel that them style of play they've been playing with, they should feel that why Lial will get 6 from there, we can dump up on them too. So I don't think managers are necessarily worried despite Jason Wright not being there. But it's, as I said, it's a risk. And they have to just make sure their defense hold up because their defense been leaking goals left, right, and center. And let's just see if they make it. Yeah, people. So the last time they faced off, it was actually a 0-0 draw between Malines and Lial back in December. So nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Malines can fluff them lines and miss out on some valuable 3 points to help them towards safety. Anyway, that's Lial versus Malines United at Jerusalem Milling Stadium at 1 p.m. Alright people, let's move on to the next game at Jerusalem. Of course, it's a home team, Firehouse, Waterhouse, at home to the defending champions, More Pleasant. Waterhouse coming off a big win on the road last time when they got to Clarendon and give Humble Lion 5-1. With goals for Andre Fletcher, Javian Bryan, and Mitchell. Well, I made a statement earlier, said Waterhouse not really lose some players. I must admit I forgot that Fletcher is also in the Jamaican team, so they're without him for this one. While More Pleasant, as I said before, they're missing their starting keeper, Shaquan Davis, and as well as they're missing Romero Guthrie. But they do kept on to Bradford, who will be hoping to really get his goal scoring forms up a bit in this one for this new team, as they were coming out for a bustling 1-1 draw against Mobay last time out. As I said, they'll be without Nathaniel James, who I thought had a good game last time out. But they still have a plethora of good players on the bench who can easily step in here. As for Waterhouse, their last game against Lial, I felt was the most complete game all season. So hopefully they can carry it through here. Yes, though Fletcher is there, but Mitchell is also on form, and Javier Brad remains with the Waterhouse outfit. So can they pull it off again? It's a big game this, because both teams need the points for different reasons. Waterhouse sit in the 6th place, while more players want to catch Cavalier and overtake them. So the last meeting back in December, it was another 0-0 draw in Jackson. So let us see what happened this time in Jerusalem. Was Waterhouse once again welcomes More Pleasant at 3:30 p.m. Alright, so we're going to move now to another big match in the shake-up of how the league is going. As Portmore going to be hosting Montego Bay at Fernita Park. Portmore came off with a decent score against Tivoli with a 0-0 draw at Stadium East last week. Will of course look for where they're at their best, which is at Fernita Park. If I remember correctly, they only dropped 5 points at home so far this season. So their spectacular form as well as their spectacular defense will hopefully keep true this time. But I must note that their best defender won't be there. Stephen Young, again, is with the Jamaica national team. So let us see how that defense holds up against a pretty decent attacking team from Montego Bay United. Ever since the January transfer market, this Mobay team is much more equipped to make a run for that top 6. And Wayne Garden got back into goal scoring form last week against More Pleasant. So we're hoping to do the same again, especially with Stephen Young missing for Portmore. Alice Marshall is also missing for Portmore, and Chevron Walsh is still nursing an injury, so everything will be falling on Barnett for the goals going forward. So this should be another cracker. Well, this should be another cracker, but don't be surprised Portmore dig their heels in and keep the game tight. Although I must say, in their last meeting in December at Westmore Park, it was a cracker. It was a 3-2 Mobay victory, and it went down to the wire. So anything like that again should be a treat for the folks in Portmore. Again, that's Portmore hosting Montego Bay United at Fernita Park, 3:30 p.m. Alright, we're going to move on to what's going to happen at the Wembley Centre of Excellence, as Very United will be hosting Arnie Guns. Arnie Guns is absolutely well rested. They're not basically they've been idle for a week and a while now, since their match with Cavalier has been rescheduled to this Wednesday. They should be coming into this game fully fresh and fully focused for the charge for the hopefully try to catch that top 3 still. While Very United, I've been saying they've been playing well without the results, without the goals. It seems all that came and burst the pipe when they hosted Lial last week and dropped 6. So they should be full of confidence. Bushy Beckford and the rest and his friends should be fully confident and will welcome an Arnie team that, in the last 2 travels, they managed to hold a good defensive shape, and we hope to do it again. I was surprised how well the defense played 2 clean sheets in testing conditions, so I feel that they will be looking to do the same again, especially since Kareem Dixon and Fabian Reader will be both missing for Arnett in the attack. But that defense will be tested once more because Joel Cunningham is also with the Jamaica national team. It'll be interesting to see how Arnett tackle Veer, who should be full of confidence after the big win last week. It's anybody's guess, but I should mention their last head-to-head were in Arnie Guns, and in December, Arnie ran out 2-0 victors over Veer. So can Veer get revenge? Let us see. So that's Very United hosting Arnie Guns at the Wembley Centre of Excellence, 3:30 p.m. this Sunday. Now to the final game on Sunday, which I think is one we all need to keep an eye on. I feel it's probably one of the most important games this week, and that's Treasure Beach hosting Tivoli down the States. A couple of weeks ago, this would be probably food fodder for Tivoli to run over Treasure Beach towards that top 3. But Treasure Beach have life, people. They have life. And they decide to say, them not jump out the league so easy. They are, as I stated, after they win midweek, they're within 5 points of my lines. And they'll be hoping their fellow newcomers, Lial, can do them a favor while them take care of business at State. While Tivoli, they kind of having a bit of tougher run with back-to-back defeats in the last 2 matches, but they weren't actually playing poorly. Things are not coming out in their favor really. But they should be looking at this one as a struggling Treasure Beach for hopefully get some points going. But going to States where I feel Treasure Beach are at their best and they're full of confidence now for their undefeated streak in 3, it's going to be, I think, very hard for Tivoli. But we'll see when I mention the prediction how it goes. I'm sure we'll have some fun with this one. Especially when you take into account what happened last time these two meet. It was a 3-2 win for Tivoli at Stadium East back in December. So another scoreline like that will be fun. Treasure Beach will be hoping they are the better end of that result this time. So again, that's just Treasure Beach hosting Tivoli at Stet 3:30 this Sunday. Alright, now to the Monday nighters. Cavalier, after conk of duty, is returning home to play Humble Lion at Stadium East. Now, this is one of those games going to be hard, and you will see later with the predictions. Honestly, it's going to be hard to call. Cavalier should still have the edge here. Of course, they are leading the league, and of course, they are undefeated in 10. Should take care of business against Humble Lion, who are in a state of flux for their ruling against them in the game against Mobay. I still cannot believe, I was still in a state of shock that Humble Lion picked up 5 when they hosted Waterhouse last week. So I have no idea what's the mindset of the Humble Lion players and squad. But they better look over their shoulder, because Treasure Beach is only 6 points away from them, and when they thought it was absolutely safe for them and they would be guaranteed to be here next season with 6 games to go, they might find themselves somehow in relegation. While Cavalier, they want to cement their place in the top, of course, but as I stated in my rant, they'll be without some key players, as well as they'll be probably on tired legs with their return from FC Cincinnati. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this one out. Quite sure Speed will be a bit probably pragmatic in his approach this time, but you never know with that guy. They may just go all out attack against a Humble Lion defense that are reeling. Anyway, we'll see in my prediction what I think will happen. But for now, as Cavalier hosting Humble Lion at Stadium East this Monday. Alright, so the final game of match week 21 will be Dumo Howling hosting Harbour View. Dumo Howling are back in their groove after back-to-back wins and actually scoring 4 in each match. They're feeling themselves again, and they feel that that top 6 is there for the taking. While Harbour View they're sparring once more. Losing to Treasure Beach is a big surprise, and it does hurt them. I know they also are slightly in the reach of that last relegation spot. But as I stated before, Dumo Howling are without their captain, but they did hold on to Nicholas Nelson. But whether he plays Monday or not is left to be seen, because I'm quite sure if he was fully fit, he will be in Trinidad as well. He got a knock in that last match against Lions, so let us see if he comes on or comes off the bench in that one. The last time these two faced each other in reverse fixture, Harvey actually came out 2-0 victors. So Dumo might have their work cut out for them, especially if Nicholas Nelson doesn't play. So, but it should be a nice match to watch to close off match week 21. So let's see how it go. Let's get on to predictions. I did horribly last time, but that's because two teams decided to go upon a goal scoring spree in Clarendon. I never foresee a 5-1 in favor of Waterhouse, as well as a 6-2 from Veer against Lial. So let's see what happens this time. Veer versus Arnett. Alright, this one again going to be a bit interesting to call. Arnett is well rested, but without their top players, while Veer have all their main attackers and on form. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Veer over Arnett here. Lial versus Lions. I have no faith in Lial, honestly. And I know Treasure Beach fans would not want to hear this, but I don't see them holding Lions, even without Jason Wright. I see a 2-0 win for Lions for this one. Waterhouse versus More Pleasant. Boy, nice match. Hard for call, but nice match. Waterhouse, as usual, are a very inconsistent team, but they're coming off their best match. No Fletcher, though. So, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw here between Waterhouse and More Pleasant. It seems that More Pleasant love that scoreline as of late. Portmore versus Montego Bay. When they face each other in reverse fixture, I thought Portmore going to keep it tight and keep Montego Bay out of scoring, and yet it ended up 3-2. I don't think it will be a scoreline like that again this time, but even without Stephen Young, Portmore might just pull off enough and give themselves a 1-0 victory here over Mobay. Treasure Beach versus Tivoli. Boy, that match has gone nice and it'll be interesting. This Treasure Beach is not the same one we've seen all season, and at Stet they've been playing with all year, but Tivoli is still Tivoli, and they're still one of the best teams out there and best coach teams out there. And even when they're not playing their best, they're always good at keeping it tight and pragmatic. So can Treasure Beach break them down? Tivoli is without Justin Dunn, if you remembered. So let us see. I'm going to say this is another 1-1 draw between Treasure Beach and Tivoli. Cavalier versus Humble Lion. Humble Lion, I don't know what's going on with you guys. I don't know. You know it rough with even fresh guy, the number one supporter don't know what's going on for your team. So I'm going to say for this one, I would like to believe they put up a better fight, especially Cavalier being so tired. But I think Cavalier still edge this one. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Cavalier over Homo Lion. I know Dumo versus Harborview. I think Harborview might be thinking of vacation at this point, but they surely have realized that they're not out of the woods just yet. Nobody need that last 6 spot. The key here is if Nelson will play. Right now it doesn't look like it. So can they score without him? Maybe at least one. Marlon Allen is still there. He looks good last time out. So I'm going to go with a 1-0 victory for Dumo holding over Harborview. So yeah, guys, not as much draw as I said last time. See, I can put my neck out there. So that's it for match week 21. Should be some nice matches, even without the 23-26 best players in the league. So I'm still not too happy with that, but the show must go on. And get out to the games, people. Support the league. And when you can't, there are 4 matches here on TV to enjoy. So a lot to come over and enjoy. Of course, we also have the Jamaican versus Trinidad matches between today and Sunday to enjoy as well. So a lot of football over the week. Even your Manchester derby in the EPL is going on. So yeah, people, enjoy the games, enjoy yourself, keep it safe. And as well, if you like what you hear and hear for the first time, please remember to like, subscribe and share. And for everybody else, for everything Jamaican Premier League, keep it locked right here at Jam Fan. YouTube, big up yourself.